Legends, welcome back to another one and welcome to the first official build video from our brand new 2025 Toyota Landcruiser Troopcarrier. We have an auto, we have a 2.8. I know it's a bit controversial. We've just recently got rid of our V8 Troopy. We've been traveling full time around Australia for the last year. We're back home to upgrade the car, upgrade the caravan, and basically to do a whole build series for you guys to follow along with. So I hope you enjoy this, and this is the start of building the ultimate family tour. I hope you enjoy. So, with a little bit of free time at the moment before the car goes in for its pre-rego work, trying to get a little bit of stuff done. So, I don't even know when this video is going to go up. So, this video might even go up after that, but in theory, this is actually done while I'm waiting to get the car in for the pre-rego work. I figured I'd start first. I've got a bunch of stuff sitting around here, so I'm going to try and get a bit of interior work done while I've got this free time at the moment. So I've ordered a bunch of things. There's a lot of junk sitting in my old man's garage at the moment, so I need to try and clear out some of these boxes and get them into the car. So yesterday afternoon, I started with a door seal kit from 70 Off-Road. So this is something I'd been wanting to do with the old Troopy, just because even with the sound deadening, it's so noisy in the cab and it's really hard to hear the stereo. So with this one, I really want to try and improve that. So I'm going to do all the little things I can to hopefully give us a bit of better sound in the car. Anyway, so I've done the passenger door yesterday. I'll show you what I've done. So basically, I've probably a bit of a sneak peek there for some upcoming stuff, but I've removed the factory one, which you can see here, and replaced with this along here. Very interested to see how much difference that makes. I've watched a few online YouTube videos where they've done used a sound meter to basically test it, and it seems quite an impressive bang for buck mod. So it's not as easy a job as you would think as well. It's actually pretty painful getting the new seals around there. So that's why I didn't end up doing it in one go yesterday. So what I'm going to do this morning is I'm going to head over to the driver's side and we're going to install that one. All right, so first up, what we need to do to make this one happen is we're going to remove the screws here so we can get rid of this trim all the way along here. And I believe there is around the side here, there's a kick panel. So we're going to remove that as well. And then that should allow us to basically remove all this seals around here. So trim is removed, kick panel removed. And what I've done is I've actually marked with a Nico just where this actually starts and finishes on both sides, just to make it a little bit easier. Got to get this bad boy and feed it onto the door. So sounds like something that should be really easy, but it actually took me a fair while to do it over the other side yesterday. It's quite fiddly. This is pretty hard to get this part open and onto there. So basically just work your way around, and I was using a little rubber mallet as well just to kind of tap it on. But first I'll remove the old trim. Done. That is a mission of a job for something so small, but it's out of the way now. So on to the next. So next comes a part that I'm a little bit nervous to do. Not because I don't know how to do it, it's because I've done it before. And that is sound editing. It's a satisfying job when it's complete, but it's a pretty big mission to do. So I'm going to try and undertake this so it gets done before it gets sent off up north to have the GVM and everything like that done. So giving myself a little bit over a week to crack in and get this done. So I should be able to do it, but yeah, we'll see. So first step with this, I basically have to gut the whole interior of the car. So, I mean, take out the seats, take out all the flooring, take out everything. So yeah, then I can start getting in there and sticking on the sound editing. Good times. All right, rear of the car is now empty. Now we start the long part, which is the sticking on the sound editing. So I have ordered the stage 2 kit from car builders, which and I've also actually ordered a few extra bits and pieces as well, just because I kind of remember from last time that I needed a little bit more. So you've got this stick-on sound editor. So it's these sheets that have basically a sticky back. You peel that and then they get stuck on this tin can here. It's actually quite insane the difference it makes in one of these things. So bit of hard work, but definitely worthwhile. I'm just going to kind of speed through this a bit because I'm sure everyone doesn't want to see the whole process of doing this, but I'll kind of give you a quick run through as I started off. All right, first step. Metho, a rag, and what we're going to do is just wipe down the sides before we apply this stick-on deadener. So just helps it kind of stick to the sides. Tell you what, day 2, and we are making some progress. This is going way quicker than last time I did this. I think it's because I'm not being so pedantic with how neat it is, because at the end of the day, it all gets covered up and you don't see it. But so I've done the backs, I've done all up the quarter panels, done inside the rear doors. And yeah, pretty much ready to move on to removing the interior from the front. So it's progressing nice. Definitely making a solid mess here. I tell you what, the Blue Eddy Elite 100's been coming in handy because I've been listening to music and my phone keeps dying, so been using that to charge it up. But yeah, it's all going really good. Pretty psyched to move on and get the front done, because once the front's done, then I can start to install a new stereo system. So very excited for that part. Well, not gonna lie, that was a dead set mission compared to what I remember the last Troopy. I think maybe with the auto box, just a lot more electronics and stuff to get off. The center console and everything like that was a bit more tricky, but got there in the end with a couple of cuts of carpet. But that should be all right, because I'm probably going to replace it with vinyl, I would say. So yeah, now we're back into the sound editing again. Another day. But progress has been made. So I think I've kind of finished the sound editing for now. So pretty much done up to the rear seats. So the next step is we're going to take off these door panels. So I have to remove those door panels so I can do sound editing under there, but I also need to take them off as well because I have a new stereo system here to install. So I'm probably going to start looking at that because I've kind of want to mix it up a little bit and do something different. So the other thing I also probably need to consider as well, got to put towing mirrors on this thing. So probably makes sense to do the towing mirrors while the door cards are off, and also before I put sound editing over there. Otherwise I'm going to have to drill through the sound editing. So lots of stuff to think of, but they're kind of my next few steps and we'll kind of see where it heads. I purchased one of these Kenwood stereos. Actually got it for a really good price because it was on a run out sale because it's a new model. And I've got some adapters here. And what they should do is hopefully allow me to connect it up to the factory wiring really easy and maintain the steering wheel controls, which we've got on the new model Troopy. So yeah, I think that's going to be my next step is I'm going to try and get ready to start installing this thing. I'm actually really excited for the head unit. It looks really neat in these things. So yeah, give it a crack and we'll see how we go. That was definitely more work than the old manual window winder ones that I've done before on the old Troopy. So now comes the big risk. So I saw Department of Interior consoles online have basically done like a sound deadening where they put sound deadening on the inside of here, then acoustic liner, and then they actually replaced this whole sheet here with stage 1 sound deadening as well, which I'm pretty keen to do because I really want the sound to be as nice as possible in this one. But it means I'm going to have to remove all this mastic or whatever it's called, which is going to be a pretty solid mission. But I think I'm going to commit to it. Oh man, Ash just gave me the go-ahead approval, so I think that means that she's going to come and help me fix this up if need be. But worst case, you can buy more of this plastic stuff. So yeah, I think I'm going to commit and we'll see how we go. So I just tested it out on the other side first because I didn't want to film it if it was a full-blown disaster. So it actually works really well, touch wood. I think because the mastic or black stuff, whatever it is so new, it actually peels off really, really easy. Yeah. So I'm going to give it a crack with this one and we'll see how we go.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah, mate.
I want to go on a fishing boat.
Yeah, we will sometime. Not bad. And there is pretty much hardly any residue left. Nothing a little bit of metho can't clean up. Just a few little bits like up here, but overall it looks clean as. Stoked! Well, I tell you what, yesterday, what I thought was going to be an easy job installing this head unit ended up pretty much taking me most of the day. So the Kenwood unit, I had the Aero Pro harnesses, which I think I've mentioned, and it should have been really, really easy. So I've run some cables and that to hook up to an amplifier, but I'm not going to do that right at the moment. Hooked up the harness and could just not get any power to it. So we ended up testing the harness and we could see that there was 12 volts coming in and we just could not work out why this thing wasn't working. And I was like, maybe I got like a unit that was just dead on arrival. Anyway, I randomly bit of Googling and I come across this 1-minute video on YouTube and it mentioned that before you pull out your Kenwood unit, if you think it's not working, place this little black cover on the back of it. Anyway, I'm like, there's no way that's going to work. So I'll put the cover on, 2 screws. It just like goes on the back behind the screen there. And it literally just started working straight away. Crazy, but at least it's working. It looks really good. So super pumped on that one. I have just found these 3 screws left on the dash. I got help yesterday afternoon and now there's screws sitting on the dash.
Oh, it's for the side of this thing.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
Where's
It's always
where's the 4th screw that
it's
you
always
had then?
Ash's fault. No, because we only put 1 screw in the side. There's 4 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, so head unit done. Next on the agenda is I've got these really nice speaker pods from Department of Interior consoles online. Look amazing. Got to work out how to mount them to the door card. Success.
something I prepared earlier.
Looks neat, eh?
Yeah, good job.
All right, so basically what's been happening is running cables. So see, we've got all our amp wires here. I've actually run a wire through the grommet there into the doors. So I've still got to do that for the other side as well. It's an absolute pain in the ass to do that job. Then sound deadening. So I got a sound deadening inside the doors here. Yeah, so I'll get that sound deadening done. Also, what else do we need to do? So basically I'm running the amp, the wires down to the amp, and I'm actually going to mount the amp with inside the rear wing over either probably on the left-hand side, passenger side. So yesterday afternoon, Ash and I started to have a go at putting on Clearview mirrors, but I think Clearview have possibly given us the wrong model. So it's meant to be plug and play, and there's no plug on the end, and the wires are a different color. So at the moment, I'm trying to sort that out. I need to get that sorted out before the car goes to get the pre-rego GVM and everything done, because I need to obviously drive it, and I'm now taken off the mirrors. So good times. There's a lot involved in doing all this stuff, and particularly trying to get it done nice and quick. So yeah, the adventures of building a car from scratch and trying to get it done in a hurry. I tell you what, that was a shit job. Definitely the worst one that I've done so far. So that was I put acoustic liner from Car Builders on top of the sound deadening in the doors, and also in the rear sidewall behind, like where I'm going to put speakers in the back there. And that shit is so sticky. Like, it's just covering my hands now. Definitely a crap job, and I can see why people charge heaps of money to install that kind of stuff, but that's done. So just got to finish running some wires, work out if I need to go and get more wire, because I've got to go up to Autobahn anyway and get some stuff soon. But yeah, I don't want to keep making trips, so I've got to try and get this worked out so I can kind of work out what other supplies I need to keep this going, get it done, then I can start putting the car back together again. So, and that will be really exciting. How is this neat little unit that I got from, who's it from? TLR, who sell like a bunch of brackets and stuff like that. Anyway, this one's specifically made for the facelift Landcruisers, and it is a bracket that mounts into factory mounting holes in the engine bay and can take a whole heap of fuses. So I was really keen with this build to try and keep it a lot neater than the old Troopy that had wires coming off everywhere. So yeah, really happy with this. What are we doing?
We're putting the new mirrors on, and Ben has enlisted my help because I'm better at reading instructions than he is.
100%. And I want someone here to hold my hand when we drill a hole through the brand new car.
Yeah, okay. So I think it's meant to be like that, and then that bit sits out, but I need to check
But I hope so.
locate the mirror factory plug and bring inside the door. It just means that the wiring is going to be, like when we feed it through, it's going to be in between the door and the gasket for a bit. Because this middle hole doesn't, unless we do it like that, but then the rest of the things don't really line up as well.
I feel like you most likely want like the actual mirror to line up on the body lines, hey?
Probably. Like, we can make these line up if it makes you feel better, and it might actually be helpful because those captive nuts on the back need to be, like, it would be annoying if they're not straight.
See, why would you want to work a normal job when you can just come and do this today?
It makes me nervous.
It should.
Hammering.
There's lots of pressure on you. That's why I don't want to do it.
Also, I have an injured hand, so. I don't know if that would have done enough. I've just gone through the masking tape. Hope that was enough.
Yeah, if you've seen our update video, Ash was in hospital yesterday all night. So I've kind of got her back to work pretty quickly.
Had a raging infection on my hand.
So it happens when you get bitten by a dog with dirty mouth and teeth. Brand spanking new car, not even registered, no pressure.
Ugh, that's the bit I don't like.
Step 2, step up drill.
This is the scarier bit. Actually, might be better for you to do this, but
I can do it if you want.
yeah, maybe.
Swap.
Yeah.
What happens if I don't want to be responsible for this?
I did the pilot holes.
Hey?
I did the pilot holes.
Is this one going to fit through there?
No, it doesn't. You have to
That's
like.
annoying, eh?
Yeah.
Would have been better, like, to the pilot hole's big enough to just fit this straight in there. But anyway, that's all right.
What are you doing here?
Trying to not turn this thing into a rust bucket. So some prepared sandy taupe paint, and we're going to touch it up.
On the inside.
The inside of the hole, yeah. Where we've drilled, basically. So we don't have bare metal anymore. Cutting a hole.
Yeah, this one didn't really line up.
No,
So,
not with a wire, hey.
not with a wire, so I just cut a little square in there. Silicon. Is this black?
Yeah, it's like gasket sealer, which is what they recommend. But I think silicone would probably just do the job.
So it makes it a bit trickier because we've got the sound deadening. So I'm just going to go nuts.
Go nuts.
The only problem is it might go like on the outside a little bit, but you're not going to see it. We're going to need to cut it. Ah!
Let's test them. You want to go around the other side? Success.
It's working.
Woo. That's good. Very good. Dumbo is in full effect.
Fingerprints all over them.
So before I can put on the door speaker pods and everything like that, I'm actually going to sound deaden all the way around the doors here. Never done that before, so this one's going to be pretty interesting, but I've seen Department of Interior do it, so we're going to give it a crack. Round 2. So I did the passenger door. I didn't want to film that at all because I had no idea how it was going to work, but I managed to make it work. A little bit of fiddling around. I've worked out it's too hard to do a template, so what I'm doing is I kind of stick it down and then I use a Stanley knife and kind of just trim around the edges and then push it down properly. One thing I did, looking at Department of Interior's one, over this, the door hook, they've kind of just stuck it straight over the top there. But what I've done is I got 10mm conduit, cut it in half, and I've actually like stuck it down there so it gives like a little channel for that door thing to run through. So, and then I can put sound editing straight over the top of it. And it means that it's definitely not going to get stuck or anything like that. So pretty happy with that idea. And I think it should work really well. But yeah, now I basically just have to sound deaden all the way around here, apart from obviously the speaker over here. Yeah, let's get to it. Done. I reckon my other side was probably better than that, to be honest, but it should do the job. And as Ash says, it's all hidden behind the door card anyway. So hopefully makes it sound nice in the car. We'll see. Time for the door cards now. Well, this part isn't so fun.
Tightening bolts, quarter turn at a time.
With your hand through that little speaker gap too.
Yeah.
Here is one I prepared earlier.
New guiding bed. Are you the project manager? Project manager of this Troopy build?
Well, this feels like a bit of a milestone. So I got the front of the Troopy back together again. Front seats are in, carpet is back down. I actually had enough car builders left, the stage 1 stick-on stuff, to do the rest of the cab, which is really cool because I didn't expect that was going to happen. So for anyone with a Troopy, thinking of getting a Troopy, I ordered the premium, the pack 2. I don't believe it should have enough to do all that. And I actually ordered one extra pack so then I could do that sound, the extra layer of sound editing on the doors. But yeah, it ended up giving me enough to do basically the whole cab, which is very, very cool. And hopefully it makes a big difference, but we shall see. But yeah, like with the combination of the auto, the non-V8 and everything like that, and all this sound editing, I reckon we could be onto a nice quiet Troopy here. So last night I went and picked up another little addition for the interior of the Troopy from Ben from Explore Oz, who's an absolute legend, who thankfully brought these kind of over in my direction so I didn't have to drive far. These are some grab rail phone holders. So basically what I'm trying to do with this setup is, my last Troopy is quite messy, like across the dash and everything like that. So this one, I'm trying to keep everything really neat, have a spot so it's nice and uncluttered dash. It's like, if you've been in the 70 series, they're not a super wide car, so there's not actually a lot of room. So when you start adding in like phone mounts and CB radio, everything like that, it gets cluttered like very, very easy. So this one I've tried to kind of plan through it a bit, and I think these will be a really good addition. So I've got the actual phone holders here. They mount onto the grab rails, just using the factory mounting points. And then I've got like one of the quad lock wireless chargers. So I grabbed that off Ben as well, and also the case as well for my phone. So very excited to get these mounted and just see how they go. But I think they're going to be a really good addition to the new Troopy. How good's that? Sweet.
No more flying iPhones around the car.
I know. This is the wireless one too. So what I'm going to do is I've just ordered off Temu some like flush mounted USB-C things. So I'm going to try and install some down in the side bit of the dash here. So we can just run like a nice neat cable kind of down there. But yeah, you've got your own phone mount now as well.
Yay.
Woo. So if you've got a 70 series, I reckon this is pretty much the most important mod, hey? I remember with the old Troopy, before I had armrests on there, I did a drive up to Rockhampton one day, which is about six and a half hours from where we live. And I legitimately got like, by the end of the trip, I had like a cut on my elbow. So yeah, I learned pretty quickly that these things are a necessity. With the new car, we've actually just bought the slimline ones this time. So they're not as big and bulky as the ones with the cup holders. We found we're just using the cup holders to dump rubbish in all the time and never actually to put drinks in. So got these ones, we're gonna install them. How good did that look?
They're very nice.
Looks way nicer than the old ones, hey?
Test it.
Assume the position. Yeah, that's sick. I'm stoked. Looks good, hey, in the black?
Yeah, I really like it.
Awesome. It's nice and they definitely don't stick out as much as the ones in the other Troopy, hey?
Yeah, but just enough for you to kind of rest your elbow.
Yeah, that's awesome. Who let you in the driver's seat, hey?
Me.
I'm excited for this one. I'm excited that I'm not doing it. I'm excited that you are doing it. What do we got?
Steering wheel wrap. So we're going to sew this onto the steering wheel. Super fun.
Should look good, but
Yeah, it looked great.
make us look like we got a fancy steering wheel.
We do have a fancy steering wheel. It
Well,
has controls.
compared to the Troopy Mark 1, it definitely does.
Yeah, it's a step up. Do you like it?
Yeah, how good's that stitching look?
That's just because I make it really easy to be super neat. It's not my skill.
Looks awesome, Bart.
It's just the product is really easy to make it look good. Oh. It's harder doing it on this side because I'm right-handed.
Are you regretting wanting to get a steering wheel wrap yet?
No, I'm just regretting doing this side last. Should have done this side first.
It's definitely your decision to get this too.
Was it? This has got Ben written all over it.
Bit of car yoga. You done?
Done.
Good job.
Yeah, it's gonna suck. It all unravels.
It looks amazing, Mark. Looks really good. I don't know how good a job footage will show of that, but it looks really, really nice.
Yeah. I feel like it's one of those things that'll mould to it, the steering wheel as well, as you use it.
Good job. All right, guys. So that wraps up the first couple of weeks of mods for the new Troopy. Very excited to be jumping into this. It's a really exciting time for us. It's been pretty busy trying to get this done before it heads up for its pre-rego GVM upgrade tomorrow. Super excited about that because this car is going to come back looking completely different and just be a completely different car, really. So, yeah, I've been looking forward to this one for a little while. Any guesses below with who we're going through for the pre-rego GVM? I'll give you a hot tip. It is, in my opinion, the best you can get done. So have a guess below, let me know, and we'll see if you're right in the next episode. But yeah.
If you want to see more of this, please subscribe. We're going to be doing a whole build series, and we intend on traveling with our new Troopy, new caravan, full-time, as soon as everything's ready to go.
As soon as everything's ready to go. So, yeah, it's pretty full on at the moment, trying to get everything done so then we can head off around Australia again. But hope you enjoyed, Legends, and we will see you in the next one.
What are you doing?
I'm getting very excited for tomorrow. So, it's the last sleep before the new Troopy heads up Sunshine Coast and goes to